what's up? It's Rory, the unpopular YouTuber, and today we're going to be diving into 4 card tricks that you can do at home right now. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. And without any further ado, let's get started. This trick just requires a normal deck of cards. As you can see, normal deck. So now, you would ask your spectator to pick a card, any card from the deck. Say the spectator picked this card. You would know about the card, the spectator would memorize the card and put it back on the table. Now, this card is completely random. It was picked completely randomly out of the deck. Now, spectator would put the card back in the deck. Alright, and I will sort through the deck and find your card without even looking at the faces. I think, it's this card. Let's look. Yes, it's this card, the 9 of clubs. This trick is actually quite simple. All you need is a normal deck of cards, any deck of cards, and a glass of water next to you. You first shuffle up the deck, show that it's a real deck. Then you would spread the cards out, have the spectator choose a card, any card. And this card is truly random. And they would put it, you tell them to memorize it and put it back on the table. So then, while it's on the table, you're just going to start talking, this card is completely random. And as you're talking about that, what you're going to do is you're just going to absentmindedly, just like, touch like a finger or two in your glass. Nobody will notice. It'll just be like a little absent-minded thing. But actually, it's super crucial to the trick. Then you're just going to touch the card. So this card is completely random, right? And you're going to point and you're going to wet the card a little bit. And when you wet the card, it actually sticks to the card above it. So that's how you find the card later. But then you tell them to put it back in the deck, and they do that anywhere in the deck. And then you take up the deck, square the deck. So then what you're going to do is you're going to spread out the deck, and you're going to be looking for a card stuck to the card below it. And so you feel and see if cards are actually stuck, because some cards may just seem stuck together, but actually they're not. So I think I found the card. So this is the match right here that I found. These were stuck together. But don't take the 2 cards out. Just go to them, swipe your fingers like this, and then take the card under it. And the lower card in the stick together should be the card that the spectator chose. For this trick, we're going to start off by shuffling the deck. What we're going to do is we're just going to mix up the deck even more, some cards up, some cards down, Some cards up, some cards down. Some cards up, some cards down, maybe even some cards up. You might think I'm just some cards down. But then sometimes, I do that for the trick. But, sometimes this happens. All the cards end up face down. So for this trick, you need a deck of cards and a pair of scissors. Let's just open these up. Alright, so now what you're going to do is take the joker, one joker out, and just shuffle up the rest of the deck. Then what you're going to do is, this is the key card. This is the most important card. This is the only trick card. And so what you're going to do for this trick is you're going to skim off the sides of both sides of the card. So now it should look like this. When you put it on top, at first glance, it looks like a normal card. So that is the key card. So before you perform the trick, you want to put this key card on the top of the deck. When you get to the audience, you're just going to shuffle the deck. But when you do shuffle the deck, make sure to keep the key card on top by just having the key card to be the last pile that goes on top of the deck. Next, all you do is make deliberate cuts. You want to just do it, relax, like this. And then what you do is you cut a little bit off the top and flip it over. And then you cut a little deeper, but make sure it's like deliberate. Don't cut it like a tiny bit deeper, because then it's like you're just, then they might think you're just flipping the same pile. But, so then cut a little bit deeper, like a third more of the pile, flip it over. And then you just keep doing that, cut a little deeper, flip it over. Then you go shallower. You cut shallower, flip it over. You cut a little bit shallower, flip it over. Cut deeper than shallower until you have the marked card, the cut card, close to the top. You cut the card so you can split right to it. So once you're done and you've done enough cuts, you're just going to split the top right at it. So as you can see, I just split the top right at it with it and turn over the card, the whole pile. And believe it or not, you should have the whole deck face down. So this trick requires a deck with one side of the back pattern one way and the other side a different way. So you can tell which is the right side by the back of the card. As you can see, all the cards are the right size. None are like this. Now, so what we're going to do is we're just going to try to mix up the deck so some are upside down like that, and some are right side up still. So we're just going to cut the deck, take one half, and we're just going to lay them out towards you. So like this. So they're all towards you. Now for this one, we're going to lay them out toward, how about me? Yes, we're trying to mix it up, so me. Now we have them different directions, and we're going to just mix them together. So, bring this on top of here, bring this in the middle of here, just bring this on top. Now, we'll do the big reveal on how it's all mixed up and the directions are mixed up. You may have some expectations of how it will come out, but I have the expectation of all of them the same way. This trick is actually very simple. All you need is a deck where the back has different sides, where you can tell from the back which way up the card is. Preparation, make all the cards the same way. You don't need to do any setting up or anything else other than that. Make all the cards the right side up, and yeah, you're ready. Now, what you do for this trick, show everybody that these cards are special and that they have different backing and like how one side is one color and the other side is another color, and then show how they're all the same side up. So then what you're going to do is you can have your spectator split the deck. Now this part is the important part. When you lay out the cards, you're going to lay them out toward your spectator, but actually, remember what side of the back is facing your spectator. I'm using the blue side now. And I'm just flipping it over, and I'm swiping the deck to my left to make it appear like it's facing the spectator. Now with the other deck, I'm going to have the back facing the same way. Blue is facing the spectator, but I can make the illusion that it's actually facing me by swiping it to the right, like this, a different way than this deck. So it looks like I switched them around, and this one's facing another way than this one, and it's all mixed around. But actually, they're all facing the same way. So when you mix it in, put this like on top of this and keep them the same direction and put them all together. So after you do that and you mix them together, they all have the same back. They're all the same way. So this next trick is probably the best trick of all the tricks. So I would shuffle up the deck and then I would spread out the cards. Ask the spectator to pick a card. Say they pick this card. It doesn't matter. Alright, 6 of clubs. They pick 6 of clubs. Now, then I would tell them, I have put a prediction in this room. I have already made a prediction, and prediction is under this computer. So let's as you can see, it says 6. But then, oh wait, where's the suit? That wouldn't be amazing if I just predicted the number 6 of club. We'll actually have, so actually, I have the clubs right here, predicted, right here. So, yeah, so I did actually predict the card. Pretty cool trick, right? So, the secret to this trick is that all over this room, I have little papers. So what you're going to do for this trick is first you're going to take a piece of paper and write all the cards from ace to king on the piece of paper. Then you're going to take a pair of scissors and cut out all those squares, all the numbers. And then also, you want to write down the four suits. So then again, you're going to cut those out. So the next thing you want to do, you have all your little papers here. This part is a little confusing, but I'll just demonstrate. So here, I'm gonna look through my stuff. Let's start from my table. There's the Rubik's Cube and my office supply. So I'm gonna take my first paper, ace, And I'm going to put it, I don't want to put ace 2, because then somebody could look under both and see, oh, you're just putting them all around the room. So let's say I'm going to put the ace right here, under this office supply container. Then we're going to go to the next object. This is the next object. Put my 2 under the next object. I'm not going to put it under this one or this one because they're very close, and somebody looked under it and said, oh, you're just hiding them all over the room. The 10, let's put under the trophy. I'm not going to put it under the other trophy because then somebody might look in the other trophy and they're like, oh, you're just putting it everywhere. Then Jack. Then we have the suits. And so next you put them in order, but of course you can decide what order you want them. But so then you go to the next, after all the cards, you go put the spades. Let's put the spades in the DVD. So what you do then is ask your spectator to pick a card. Say they pick this card, 3 of diamonds. So that's actually an easier one because it's so close. You can automatically know that the 3 would be right here because there's 1, 2, 3. You can count easily. But when you get one, say like queen, or no, somewhere in the middle, like 8. That's a little harder, but so it's about quickness. You're just going to look around the room once they pick the card. Look around the room. You're counting. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're like, yeah. So then, one of my predictions is under this. You'll pick up the Rubik's Cube, and they'll find an 8 right here, and you're going to show them, and they're going to be like, what? Yes, 8 of hearts. And then we got your hearts right. Put the prediction in between these 2 books, and then you reveal the hearts. And then they're going to be very amazed. So it's just, a little practice. You can get an idea of, like, where all the predictions are. Hey, that's the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to see more awesome, cool content. And yeah. So again, thanks for watching. See you in the book.